What up, though, YouTube? It is your good friend Zach Zeiler checking in for a new video, and today we're training some chesticles. This is the second chest day of the week. I typically train chest only twice a week, but there are times where I will throw chest in with a back day and have a back/chest superset workout. So there are times that I train chest 3 times a week. The only changes to my routine, I think I already awared you guys of this, but I am training legs 3 times a week. I have cut out my shoulder day, and so I hit my shoulders whenever I really feel necessary. It's not a gigantic deal, in my opinion, for me to be cutting off my shoulder day for a while to replace it with an extra leg day. That's just something I felt the need to do. I felt necessary with my training programming, and so yeah. Today was a chest day. You guys will see I'm using this awkward, weird bar, and my reasoning for that was pretty simple. I've been having a little bit of pain in my front delt. Not really pain, I would just call it an irritation, but after going in the gym and trying to use this bar, which I thought would fix the problem, I thought having my elbows tucked a little bit more than having the straight bar, I figured that it would take the tension off of my shoulder, and it did just the opposite. My original ambition was to use that, I don't know if it's called a football bar, but that weird bar for a couple of sets of 8 with 225. That's originally what I wanted to do, but you guys saw, I immediately switched back over to barbell, and by this point, I thought my workout was going to go all completely downhill because I did a few sets of 225 with the straight barbell, and I only got like anywhere from 5 to 8 reps, and I was hoping to get anywhere from 8 to like 11 reps, switching back over to normal barbell, but that's quite alright with me, you guys. I didn't allow it to affect my workout in a negative fashion. And from there I went on to my next exercise, the flat dumbbell press. Now what I did with this is basically grab like the 70s or 80s, and I just pump out sets of 5 and keep increasing the weight each set until I can't hit that 5 reps, or until the 5th rep is basically the last one in the tank. And that sort of thing. But this workout in general is something that, in terms of volume, it's something that you will see me do quite often. This is like an average amount of volume for me personally. And for most people, it definitely is high-ass volume because I do a number of sets, I do a number of different exercises, and it's just very difficult for people to keep up with this type of a thing. Now, it's pretty interesting what actually got me started with this high-volume training and stuff like that, because I've always did this. My workouts have always lasted anywhere from an hour to 2 hours at least. When I first started training, and when I first got my gym membership actually, I really killed myself in terms of volume. And there are a couple of different reasons for that. One of those reasons, many people don't come to the realization of me going through like the cancer treatments and stuff like that. And I don't talk about it too often, but they don't like take that into consideration, the toll that that had on my body and on my mind. Coming out of that, I was a very changed individual, a very changed human being. And when I started going to the gym, it was for more than just getting in shape and looking good. Of course, I wanted to get back to my previous state of being really athletic and stuff like that. But going to the gym for me was a release of negative energy. It was a place where I could go and put all of my frustration, all of the anger and the hate and stuff. I could put it all into one thing and actually be rewarded for it. And I've always said that bodybuilding itself is a direct manifestation of a person's willpower. How bad you want something, what you're willing to sacrifice, and what you're willing to put in. The product is a manifestation of what is put into the task. And it's something I guess I just fell in love with really early on. Not only that, but I was watching the wrong YouTube videos, that's for sure. In the beginning, I was watching all the pro Mr. Olympia videos and stuff like that. And when I first started lifting, I thought that they were all natural. And, you know, I'm very stupid and very ignorant for thinking that. I know that now, of course. But going on YouTube, I used to log in on my YouTube channel, go and watch all of these Mr. Olympia competitors work out. And I used to apply their workouts to myself, and I'd go to the gym and try to do the same thing, thinking that it would give me the same type of result. And I guess that's the story behind my volume training. I set myself up from the very beginning, and since then it has really just become a part of who I am and what I do. And you know, obviously it's not a bad thing. I mean, if I were to tell you guys that you have to be doing this type of volume, if I preached it all the time, you know, at that point I would understand. You guys would be like, hey, Zach, you shouldn't be saying that. You shouldn't be telling individuals to do the same amount of volume, because I understand that it's not for everybody. You have to go through and find what type of training styles, what type of workouts, what type of nutrition, supplementation. You have to find that all on your own, and it takes so much time to do that in itself. But the sooner you figure it out for your body type, the sooner you're going to be successful, and the sooner you're going to see greater results. So hopefully that clears everything up about my volume training and why it is that I do so much volume. I've been doing it from the beginning, and I didn't know it was a bad thing to start off. I don't know, you guys. You gotta let me know in the comments section. Let me know what type of volume you guys do, because I know some people, they will literally count the number of exercises they do for chest. They count the number of exercises they do for like triceps, and they don't go over that number of exercises or that number of sets. That's what I meant. They don't go over that number of sets per workout. They only do like 20 sets of chest per workout, or 15 sets. And for me, that would never work. I train very instinctively, and I don't see myself as being the type of person who could walk in the gym and say, I'm going to do 3 sets of bench press, and I'm going to do only 2 sets of pectoral flies, and then I'm going to do 3 sets of dips, and then my workout's finished for chest. I can't do that personally. I don't feel like I would have the same results as what I have if I were to try to do that, because I guess I really like to bring the muscle to all-out failure. I like to completely annihilate it and hit it from every angle possible. I try my best not to bullshit in the gym too much. Usually I put my headphones in and I'm usually in my own world, but there are times where I'll talk to people and stuff like that. But that's really another video I could make, and going into that type of a thing. You know, I've never been the type of person who sits and talks non-stop with my workouts. Occasionally I'll have a friend or something who I'll be talking to every so often throughout the workout, but I don't go to the gym to socialize and to talk to people, that's for sure. If anything, I probably give off the vibe where I want to be left the fuck alone. In all honesty, I probably come off as a bit of a douchebag to people, wearing my stringers to a family-oriented gym and that kind of thing, but you just do what you gotta do. I finish off this session with a barbell pullover, something I guarantee most of you guys have never tried. This is an amazing and an effective chest exercise. My form right here looks like I'm doing skull crushers, but I promise it's just the angle. My elbows are not bending whatsoever. But this is a lot different. It feels a lot different from a dumbbell pullover. I would highly recommend you guys try this out. You don't have to go extremely heavy to get a good chest contraction, but that is the workout. I finished off with that pullover movement, and right here doing a little bit of posing. And something I want to tell you guys is that when I do this posing in this gym, it is empty. I have a few of my gym buddies that are there in the video actually right now. But other than that, I literally do not pose in the gym. I never ever take off my shirt unless it is like 2 a.m. or completely empty. And you guys are familiar with the fact that I like to work out with an empty gym to begin with, so if I'm going to be in there posing like an idiot, then you better believe that it will be empty. that's the video, you guys. Thank you very much for watching. Talked a little bit about some random ass topics and such, so please let me know what you would like to see next and that sort of a thing. I love you guys so much. Peace out. Bye.